Well. Good morning, West Ham fans. Happy Tuesday. It's Russ of the West Ham Network. I hope you are all well. The Academy show returned yesterday. Start of the new season, the Academy show. Also start of the new season. We've got our Fantasy Football League. There we go. Hundreds of people join up and there's monthly prizes to be won. So get involved. And yeah, all good. I put mine in. We'll never win. And about 3 weeks, I give up after about 3 weeks. I think most people do. But for those who persevere, there's prizes to be won. Plenty of, rumors and news to be talking about. We've got 4 rumors, 4 players this morning, we've got defenders, 2 defenders, 2 attackers, pretty much. I think the team returned back today. I think they're travelling back from America today, and obviously they've got the BS Cup on Saturday against Lille. Could we see some names, some extra new bodies, new faces there in the squad? Possibly. The keeper looks like it's, Victor, one or the other. I think sounds like, based on what people say, more likely. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Anyway, let's talk about some more names, which we're getting perilously close to 200 players we've been linked with. This transfer window. I think we're on about 196. So we're going to hit 200, aren't we? That's absolutely mental. Let's talk about Orier Amenda from Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, he's another name that's been added to the list. 6'4" defender. He is a Swiss Cameroon centre half. And he obviously plays for Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. There is interest from Torino during this current transfer window, but nothing's really set in stone. And Amenda has stated that he prefers to move to the Premier League since should he leave the German side, which by no means is a given, but West Ham have been credited with having expressed an interest in luring the twice-capped defender to East London. Now, according to recent sort of transfer news, he's going to be the current market puts him about 7.5 million. That he's not going to be 7.5 million. He'll be double that, isn't he? To be honest, and he's an imposing centre half, that's for sure. And I think last year, I've got a feeling he was injured last year, which is probably why he'll probably leave and come to us. I'm pretty sure he was injured for a part of the way last year. Let me quickly check. It does ring a bell. He's 7.5 million. There's no way we can get 7.5 million. No way. Let's probably should check this beforehand. Injuries. Was he injured last season? I want to think he was. Yeah. 14 games last season. 13 games with a ligament tear and another game for a calf injury. So, yeah. Typical West Ham. He missed 14 games. Still played a fair few last year, not massively. Obviously because of the injury. He came from Young Boys and is a full Swiss international. Yeah. We'll see. He's got a bit of Tolliver about him, I think. Just, I don't know, maybe the way, just the way he looks as well. He's quite tall and quite gangly, a bit like Jean-Claire is. But let's see what happens. Good luck to the lad. Let's see if we put some money in. 7.5 million, I'll be happy with that. I tell you, particularly with did they announce 𝗠𝗢𝗥𝗡𝗚 thing yet? I don't think they still haven't announced it. It was on the website and then they took it down. Yeah. Weird. Shall we let's stick with defenders and let's go to Serie A. We talked about Torino being interested in Amenda. What about Lloyd Kelly? As a potential option for West Ham. Now, according to reports, he is a player of a potential. He's been identified as a potential recruit for West Ham during the summer transfer window. Now, again, his value is around 16 million euros according to Transfer Market. And Juventus have an apparent openness to move him on. which suggests his future in Turin is far from guaranteed. It'll be interesting. Obviously, he went to with Bournemouth, then went to Newcastle, then went to Juventus on a free. I think what was it, a free? I can't remember. We obviously were linked with him a couple of times as well. He's a 26-year-old left-sided defender. I think, in all honesty, it's probably an option if money comes in for Aged. And to be fair, he's played well in the last couple of games, in the summer series. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some interest comes in for Nayev. They'll be looking at selling him for about £20 million. That's the sort of the cut-off point. I don't necessarily want him to go. I think he actually will suit the way Potter plays, but maybe Lloyd Kelly being an alternative if that happens. There is, as I said, a willingness for Juventus to move Lloyd on. So let's wait and see. Let's talk about the forward line. Let's talk about my favourite player, Baris Alper-Yilmaz. Now, Barry, according to reports, we put a bid in for Barry. West Ham reported to have submitted a new offer for Barry. Now, the Galatasaray 25-year-old winger is valued at around the €30 million mark. Galatasaray have rejected initial bids for Yilmaz in the hope of securing a fee closer to €35 million. It suggested West Ham's latest offer is closer to the €35 million they are seeking. Now, Galatasaray, if I'm right in thinking, let me just check before I make a declaration. Let me just check quickly. 2 secs. That's right. Yeah. Galatasaray have a big bill for another Victor Osimhen. And so they will be looking to move players on to allow for that, in terms of having that sort of ability to bring him in. He comes with I can't remember how much they paid for him. But they had to pay a loan fee, and now they're buying him, aren't they? So they've got to be prepared to maybe move on. They smashed their transfer record apparently, and it's going to be interesting to see. I'd love Barry. I think he would be brilliant, and we would call him Barry because we're West Ham fans. We call the youth wingnut. That was something which a lot of us, as soon as you saw it, and he got big ears. Oh, wingnut. That's it. He's wingnut. That's what he's called, and he'll be Barry. And I think if ever there's a foreign-based player, I think who could come in and just get West Ham fans, I think it's Yilmaz. He's, I just find him relentless. I find him energetic. I find him exciting to watch. I find him a grafter as well. And 35 million euro, 30 million quid, 25. I don't think it's a bad price. Yes, there's a risk in terms of him not necessarily. He hasn't played in the Premier League or something. But I think if you were a 25, look at I don't know, like Jacob Ramsey's a year younger, and you're looking at 40 million. So you're whacking on another 10 million quid for being Premier League and homegrown as well in terms of Jacob Ramsey. Let me know. Would you welcome Barry in the team? I would. And do you know what I would do? And I haven't done this for many years. I'd get his name on the back of my shirt, which is a really young thing to do, but I love him. I just really there's some players you just have I'd love him to play for West Ham one day. And I genuinely would. One player we also are keeping an eye on, and obviously we played against him in the summer series, is Rasmus Hojlund. Now, according to reports, West Ham are reportedly monitoring the situation of Rasmus ahead of a potential summer transfer move. The 22-year-old Danish international joined the Man United from Atalanta in 2023 for a fee rising to €75 million, and now being linked to a possible departure from the club. We know, obviously, we've got Brian Mbeumo coming in, or he's in rather, for Man United. They are looking at forward lines as well. And it is believed that Man United are thought to be willing to consider offers in the region around €30 million, which represents a significant loss in their original investment. I'd be surprised, in all honesty, if they sold into a Premier League club for €30 million, for say, what was that, 28 million quid? I would be terribly surprised unless Man United are in real shit financially. Because 70 million quid, say, in terms of what they potentially, a fee rising to 75 million euros, 70 million quid. 2 years ago, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, 2 years ago. That's a hell of a loss. Hell of a loss. Yeah, I don't know. He's only 22. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't had the best of time starting off at Man United, and who knows? You don't. If it was that what they were offering, 25 million quid, pretty much. I'd have a go. I'd have a go. If money, if I had a bit of money, if we had a bit of spare money, I'd have a go for 25 million, because I think you'd make your money back. Oh, I don't know. It's not, it's like Football Manager, isn't it? If it was in Football Manager and I was offered to him, I'd have a punt for 25. I tell you, but that's just me. Anyway, let me know. Any of those float your boat? Any of those get you moist? Any of those get you randy? Any of those get horny, baby? Let me know in the comments below. Barry does. I love Barry. I can't deny it. I love him. I think he's a great player, and I just think he's got a bit about him which a lot of players in the Premier League haven't. And I think, God, I'm getting excited now. Could you imagine you could have Füllkrug and Barry and Bowen? Oh, Barry and Bowen behind Füllkrug. Oh, fucking hell. And then Paqueta playing along. Then put Paqueta in the 8 role, and then or double pit. I don't know. Oh dear. Oh dear. We'll wait and see. Anyway, my friends, thank you very much for your time. If you like what we do, we're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. And if you can help us, that would help tremendously. And Simi, as I always do, any other West Ham content you're watching on YouTube, you do not understand how much it helps giving it a little like. If you're watching, I don't know, West Ham, Hammers Chat, West Ham Man TV, West Ham Boys, West Ham World, Claret and Booze, you've got JP, you've got Unofficial, you've got Babbling Irons. There's so many. Hammer Bites as well. All of those. You've got Alex as well. As I said, West Ham Boy. Yeah, I said Still as well. Bobby Moore Stand. If I forgot anyone, I do apologize. There's so many of us, but we all love doing it. And so, a little comment, a little like, all helps. It just helps. I wouldn't necessarily say it's not necessarily an ego boost, but it really does. It sort of, it's not. Yeah. Anyway, give it a little like. It helps. It helps. Anyway, my peeps, I will see you later on, potatoes, and I will catch you on the flippy flop. Much love, motherfuckers.